Hello, good morning students. In previous class, we have started lesson number 2, Health and Diseases. In that, we have studied some of the infectious diseases. Now, today we are going to study some non-infectious diseases. See, in non-infectious diseases, that is, they are specific to a person. They are not communicable to others through one person to another. So in that we are going to study today about cancer. So cancer means what? Uncontrolled and abnormal cell growth is called as cancer. The uncontrolled growth of the cell, that is called as cancer. So group or lump of cancerous cells is called as malignant tumor. So cancer can occur in various organs like lungs, mouth, tongue, stomach, breast, uterus, skin and tissues like blood. So in this way, cancer is specific to a person and it will not get transferred from one person to another. So it may be of any of the organ, skin or blood, like this way. So now we'll see the reasons for cancer. Consumption of gutka, smoking, alcoholism, lack of fiber content, that is fruits and leafy vegetables. From fruits and leafy vegetables we will get fiber. So in the food. So excessive consumption of junk food, that is pizza, burger, etc. are some of the many possible reasons. Heredity may also be a reason. So we are going to see the symptoms of cancer. Chronic cough. Cough is for a longer period. And hoarse voice. Difficulty in swallowing. And incurable scare means some injury and that mark of that injury and inflammation. So again, lumps in breast means one type of growth of muscles, that is lumps in breast, and unexplained weight loss. These are the symptoms of cancer. In the picture we can see the type of cancer, that is mouth cancer. By eating tobacco, gutka, by all these reasons the person may get cancer, that is mouth cancer. Now we'll study some of the modern diagnostics and treatment of cancer. So various techniques like CT scan. CT scan means to observe internal organs with the help of computer processed X-rays. And then next, MRI scan. So in MRI scan, see magnetic resonance imaging. MRI means what? Magnetic resonance imaging. So it is a type of scan that uses strong magnetic fields to produce detailed images of the inside. To get the detailed image of the inside, this MRI scan is done. Now we will study next, that is mammography. Mammography means it is the process of using low energy X-rays to examine for breast cancer. To detect breast cancer, this technology mammography is used. Next, we are going to study about biopsy. So, biopsy means it is one type of method. In this, the removal of some tissues from somebody's body in order to find out about a disease. Some of the part of the body is removed for the diagnosis, and that type of diagnosis is called biopsy. So in case of treatment, along with conventional methods like chemotherapy. Chemotherapy means what? It is a drug treatment that uses powerful chemicals to kill fast growing cells in the body. Some type of chemicals are used to kill the fast growing cells in the body, that is called chemotherapy. Next therapy is radiation therapy. In the picture you can see this radiation therapy. So radiation therapy means it is a type of cancer treatment and that uses beams of intense energy to kill cancer cells. Beams of intense energy is used in this radiation therapy to kill the cancer cells. So these are the some of the treatments, modern treatments. And again robotic treatment is also there. This robotic treatment means in this surgery is done with the help of robot. And next laparoscopic surgery. Laparoscopic surgery means in that laparoscope is used, and laparoscope is a slender tool that has a tiny video camera and light at the head. With the help of this laparoscope tool, the laparoscopic surgery is done nowadays. Now we'll study about heart diseases. So efficiency of the heart decreases due to decreased blood supply and thereby oxygen and nutrient supply to the heart muscles. Efficiency of the heart decreases. Due to this, heart has to perform more work that leads to stress on it. See, when the blood supply is going to decrease to the heart, oxygen supply is going to decrease, even nutrients also, then the efficiency of heart to work properly is going to decrease. Then more pressure will come on the heart, and in that situation it leads to heart attack. If someone has heart attack, immediate consultation of doctor and treatment is necessary. Immediately if you go to approach to doctor, then there the chance of recovery of patient are going to increase. So now one should not ignore these symptoms. See, before the heart attack these symptoms are going to occur in the patient. They are severe chest pain, severe chest pains, pains in the shoulder, neck and arms, cramps in hand, uneasiness, tremors. So these some common symptoms. Usually people what they are going to do, they neglect these symptoms and it will lead to heart attack. So we should not neglect these symptoms. Now reasons of heart attack. See, smoking, alcoholism, diabetes, hypertension means BP, blood pressure, obesity, fatness, lack of physical exercise, heredity, even due to heredity also people may get heart attack, even mental stress and anger, anxiety means in this way due to these reasons also the person may get heart attack. Now we are going to study the treatment for heart attack. The nowadays different techniques are used to recover from this heart problem. So first of all we will study about angioplasty. These words we are hearing many times about related to heart patient, that is angioplasty. In the picture you can see. So what is meant by angioplasty? In angioplasty, with the help of balloon, catheter, the blockages in blood vessels are removed. Whatever blood in the blood vessel blockages are there, these blockages, see here blockage, these blockages are removed with the help of balloon and in the blood vessels. This method is called angioplasty. So now we'll study next method, that is bypass surgery. See in the picture. So in this bypass surgery, to restore the blood flow to the heart, the blocked artery is replaced by another healthy artery. Whatever blocked artery is there, here in the picture it is shown, blocked artery before surgery. That blocked artery is replaced by healthy artery from the body of the patient. So this method is called as bypass surgery, that is bypass grafting is done. So in this way the easiest flow of blood will be possible. So now we'll study next one, that is open heart surgery. Open heart surgery means in this type of surgery the chest is cut opened and surgery is performed on the heart. Directly the chest is cut open and the surgery is done. So this method is called open heart surgery. Now we'll move towards next method, that is heart transplant. So heart transplant means what? We'll see. In this surgery, the diseased heart is replaced with healthy one from an organ donor. See, from the organ donor, those who are going to donate their heart, from that person, the heart is transplanted to the patient. So, the organ donation is a noble job. We have to donate our organs. Now, next, we'll study about installation of stents. So, what is that? In this therapy, metal or plastic tube is inserted in the blood vessel to remove blockage. Metal or plastic tube is inserted in the blood vessel, and with the help of this metal or plastic tube, whatever blockages are there in the blood vessel, they are removed. So this method is called installation of stents. Now we will move towards installation of pacemaker. So in this method, pacemaker is a small device. What is pacemaker? It is a small device and it is placed under the skin in the chest to help control your heartbeats. Where it is placed inside the under the skin in the chest, and for the purpose to control our heartbeats. This is also a method that is called installation of pacemaker. So we have studied some of the methods to recover the heart diseases, that is angioplasty, bypass surgery, open heart surgery, heart transplant, installation of stents and installation of pacemaker. Now we'll see the misuse of medicines. See, sometimes some people take the medicines without prescription of doctor. They will not go to doctor, directly from the medical shop are asking to other people and they are taking the medicines. So overdose of medicines may affect our body. Example, overdose of painkillers may damage nervous system. Excretory system means kidneys. Kidney will get failed. Even liver, all these organs get damaged due to overdose of these painkillers. By the doctor's advice only, we have to take the painkillers. Overdose of antibiotics may lead to nausea, that is not feeling to eat, stomach ache, dysentery, loose motions, rash, white patches on tongue. These side effects will occur due to antibiotics. Therefore, whenever we are taking medicine for any of the problem in our body, we have to take the advice of doctors. Now, we'll study about generic medicines. Generic medicines are also known as general medicines. General medicines. These are manufactured and distributed without any patent. There is no brand. Any brand name is not there. Not there any patent. That is called generic medicines. These medicines are at par in quality with branded medicines. They are also with the best quality, but they are not having any brand. Production cost of these medicines is very low due to fewer expenses on research as their formula is readily available. So nowadays mostly generic medicines are used. They are good quality also and with low price. Now we'll study about lifestyle and diseases. See, nowadays we are observing many of the people, they are having one or the other disease compared to the old people. So what are the reasons why they are suffering from diseases? That is because of our lifestyle. See, lifestyle includes the daily routine and the type of food. Nowadays, habits like staying in bed till late night, morning and going to bed late in night, frequent changes in meal timings, lack of physical exercise, consumption of junk food, etc. so have been increased. And due to this, such people are getting sick frequently. See, these are the some of our lifestyle, that is going to bed late night and getting up late in the morning, and meals also we are not taking proper meals, and most probably we are taking junk food, and lack of physical exercise. Due to all these reasons, nowadays we are suffering from the diseases. If frequency of becoming sick is to be lowered, people should follow right lifestyle. So it must include sufficient sleep, right food, and yogasanas, pranayam, and physical exercise. See, yogasan, pranayam, physical exercise, they keep our body healthy. So physical exercise should also be as per one's own capacity. So according to the capacity, we have to do the physical exercise daily without fail, compulsory. We have to do this physical exercise. Pranayam and yogasanas should be performed under the expert supervision. With the guidance of the experts, we have to do pranayam and yogasanas. So, by improving our lifestyle, we can fight against diseases. We can build ourselves against the diseases. Our body is able to fight against diseases. Now we'll study about vaccination. Vaccination is important to prevent the infectious diseases. So collect the vaccination schedule chart from nearby clinic and study it. Now read the lesson one more time for better understanding.